Hello Internet, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. It is Tuesday, transcribe Tuesday. So this is going to be practice log number 2 or 3, one of them. You will know by the title, and hopefully I will know by then too. And we're going to record today's video in one take. It's going to be one goal, and if I mess up, that's going to be in the video. And yeah, that's I guess what the channel is all about, right? Not super polished, just kind of logging my practice, and maybe you can learn something from this. We are going to check out, I came across this video from Django Guitars. Let's take a look. Let's switch to this guy. Bam. So it is Hugo Guesbar. I hope I'm saying his name right. He's an awesome player. He has a really cool sound. He also plays like modern stuff, a more modern jazz. And I got to see him last year in France, and he was playing electric guitar, and it was really cool. I just came across this video. In the beginning here, he's playing the Je t'aimerai intro. And right after he's done with the classic Django intro, he plays a couple of cool lines, and we're gonna transcribe, learn together. I'll show you how to play it, and I'm gonna go one step further. I'm gonna teach you, or at least give you some ideas on how to practice this stuff. So let's do it. So that's the end, right? The intro. That's already a pretty sick arpeggio there. We're gonna go over that shape. Well, why don't we start with that? Well, so one more time. I'm gonna go back a little more. So it's like some kind of major 7 arpeggio, right? Let's try at 75. Let's see if we can hear it. To C major. So it's this sort of diagonal shape, and then I'll switch to the main camera. Once I learn the whole thing, I'll switch to the main camera so that you can see it better. But right, then there's that. Finishes with that one. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty cool. So it's really just starting with a C major arpeggio, right? And this is a cool sort of diagonal shape. And so basically connecting this like C here, or if you visualize it as a C shape, to this one here, the F shape, right? I'm gonna play it slowly. More time. Lands on that B for the B7. So pretty cool. I can't play it fast yet. I need to practice to get it under my fingers. But let's keep going, because there's let's do like 2 phrases, maybe 2 cool lines. So this is very typical stuff over a C major. Is that what you play? And that's cool. So what do we have? And that is to connect to the D minor. What does it play at the end? That's the C major again. There it is. So that's a cool one too. Let's keep going. That's cool. Let's hear that one more time. That's what, D minor? Right? So that's a really cool minor lick right there. And I know this is already kind of going kind of long, but I wanted to do it on the spot so that, you know, you can kind of see what it is that I do when I practice. So just those two lines, you know, we could transcribe more and keep going. I'm sure there's a lot of really good stuff in the video, but I'd rather really absorb this information first. So we're going to go over those two lines again. Let's do the major, that big major arpeggio, and then there's a minor 6. Perfect. So let me switch back to this guy. Sweet. So the minor one, or let's start with the major, C major. Here it is. So ascending with the C major, coming descending the major 7 sound. It's a really cool shape. You can do it in G. See, I don't have it under my fingers. Go over the picking because that's important too, right? So down, up, down, down, down. Let me restart. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, down. Then, you know, basically the normal rules that you probably heard everybody talk about with Gypsy jazz picking rules, right? But it's a good place to start to get the sound. Basically, it's economy picking, right? If I'm ascending on the guitar, you know, and changing strings, I'm just gonna sweep. So like three notes on a string would be down, up, down, down, up, down, and then if I have something on the next string, I'm just gonna play down again. So, right? And the hard part about that kind of stuff is when we are descending on the guitar, and we gotta do these double downs, right? Or triple downs sometimes, depending on what it is that you're doing, because every new string should be a downstroke. So, obviously you don't have to do that. You do that if you like that sound. And especially with the second line, we can see why that sort of thing is important. So let's do it again. Major. Messed it up. So I'm just noticing, like, sometimes I notice that, like, my right hand gets lazy, and I will do like, I'll sneak an up in there, and in certain situations I'll let that go, but for this I actually don't want that to happen. So it sounds way better if I kind of keep the downstrokes descending. So I'm gonna basically work on that. I'm gonna spare you, I'm gonna play this probably like, I wonder how many times I'm just gonna play this in a row until I get that sound that I'm, and try to get that under my fingers. I'm not gonna do that right now, so this video is not, 2 hours long. Next was that D minor arpeggio. This is a pretty standard shape. And this little connection, or enclosure if you will, is very common. So starts on the 5 of that D minor, and it goes to the 6th. So this, very common thing. So no. So here's the important one. So down, normal stuff, right? So we have another. At least I gotta think about it. But it's at least a double down, if not a triple down, right? 3. Yep. And if you don't do that, I mean, is it the end of the world if you do an upstroke there? No, it is not. But I think that, like, the big sound that we get from the video when he does that arpeggio and it's like super, full, and you hear every note being articulated, that gets kind of lost if you do the upstroke. Let me switch one more time to the video again, and I don't want to play too much of their video. I'm going to link it in the description below. Check it out, it's really cool. Check out their YouTube channel, check out Ugo Guizbar. His stuff is on Spotify. Really cool, really cool music. Let me play it at full speed. That was the major. That was that second phrase. That's super fast, and it sounds really good because it's you can hear every note, right? There's no, I hate to say it, but it's, if you put one upstroke in that's not supposed to be there, it just doesn't sound the same. So double down on it, double down on it, and just learn it the way it's supposed to be picked. The way it's supposed to be picked. Who am I to talk about the way it's supposed to be picked? But this is the way that I'm going to practice. Anyways, let's keep going. So see, that's another one that I'm going to just keep playing over and over and over and over and over. And I'm going to spare you of just me playing that over and over. But I still want to get to the part that I promised. We're like 14 minutes in. Gee, I need to get to the point. So get those 2 licks. And what do we do next? How do we implement that? I was even talking to a friend like a long time ago, honestly. But we were talking about transcribing, and he mentioned that a lot of the stuff that he was transcribing was not coming through in his playing. And I was like, that doesn't make sense, right? Because if you transcribe, you should practice it so it does come out. And I was like, do you practice applying it? And he's like, no, I don't. So I was like, well, there's your reason, right? So let's take a really simple tune, something like a minor blues in G, you know, blues M minor or swing 48, minor blues, G minor. And I'm not gonna do it right now. I honestly need to figure out how to do the backing track and me playing at the same time and not have a delay. If you know anything about OBS or any of this video stuff, because I obviously don't, let me know how to make that work, because I have not been able to figure out. There's always a delay. If I play a backing track on the computer and play at the same time, when the recording is finished, they're not together. So I'm going to do it without a backing track. You have to imagine it. Here are the chords. G minor, C minor, G minor, E flat 7, D flat 7, G minor. Let's consider that as just D7, just for the sake of this being easy. And as a matter of fact, one of the common substitutions for D7, we can think of that as C minor. So we're just going to think G minor and C minor. So it'd be, I would put on that backing track and I would play the line over it. So that's the first one. It goes to C minor, right? Then he goes back to G minor. Imagine the backing track is going on. And then over the D7, we can do again the C minor. Feeling a little bit better under my fingers now. I like to kind of like, obviously, I mean, I want to get it up to speed at some point, but every now and then when I'm practicing it, I will slow it down. I'll get it to a good speed and then I'll slow it down just to make sure that I am not cheating on that double down or triple down or whatever that was. I guess this is going to be really good because I can watch the video and see if I'm cheating. So if I'm cheating and you caught it, let me know because I need to fix that. So that's the idea. I will play those two licks. I guess it was the same one until it feels really good, and I'll just play it on the backing track over and over. If it was minor swing, I'd play over every single chord. I'm gonna play that line to really like push it into my brain. It's gonna, you know, I'm gonna absorb it and it's gonna become second nature. Because if you gotta think about it, if you're thinking about that line, sort of like, oh, I'm gonna play that here, it's not gonna work. It needs to be second nature, and if it's not, it's gonna sound forced. What else can we do? The major, we haven't done the major. So over G minor, what can we do? We can play B flat major, the relative major of that. If you don't know that, you just kind of think, what's the chord? Instead of G minor, instead of the chord itself, the minor chord, what is the third of that chord? Right? So it is a B flat. You can always do that. Play a major chord from the third of a minor chord. Major chord from the third of a minor chord. So over G minor, I can play B flat major. Over C minor, I can play E flat major. Make sense? I hope it does. If not, say in the comments, I don't know what you're talking about. Great. Here, so we play what? That's kind of cool sound, right? Let's do that again. This is 100% not under my fingers. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the Villa Lobos etude, you know? I think it's number 1. It's that classical guitar etude that has just a bunch of arpeggios. Anyways. messing up a lot. Then C minor. Back to here. Or then, or the D7, we'll play one more time, C minor. And we can do, there's many variations, right? Substitutions. One day I want to do a video talking about chord substitutions, but I hope you get the idea. I will just basically copy and paste these phrases over and over on the same track until it feels like I don't need to think about it and it just comes out. Sorry for rambling and practicing on the video, but I guess, should I apologize for this? It's a practice log, right? Like, yeah, but I hope you took something from this. Again, go check out Hugo Guesbar. I'm so sorry for completely butchering that name. And DjangoGuitars.com. That's their YouTube name too. So I hope you have a good one, and I will see you next time. Peace.